Hi, it's Mrs. Ratcliffe here, and welcome to your first lecture video of the year. These lecture videos are going to make up a good portion of your homework for maths, and their purpose is there are a couple reasons I want you to do them. The first is the idea is that you will get more of your lectures done outside of class, and therefore when you're in class, I can be helping you with your actual application and trying out the different maths ideas. Another reason is if you're struggling with a concept, you can go back and watch the video a couple of times until you feel like you understand it. Also, if you're away or you're sick, you can access the information that will help progress your learning. Okay, so today we're going to be looking at a system of note-taking called Cornell Notes. You're going to be taking Cornell Notes when you watch these lecture videos this year. So that will make up a good portion of your homework for maths this year. Okay, it means that once a week you're going to be watching a lecture video, taking Cornell notes, and submitting that, and being ready to go. Okay, so I guess the first question with Cornell notes is, up until now, has anyone ever actually taught you how to take notes? I know if you're like me, maybe you've been lucky enough to be shown how to take notes, but when I was your age, teachers just assumed that you knew how to take notes, and they would just start talking and you had to start writing. And I personally didn't have a very organized system of writing notes. My notes weren't always very neat, and I barely looked at them. I wrote them down, moved on, never saw them again. Okay, so this system of note-taking called Cornell Notes has been proven, literally proven in investigations to improve your learning and therefore your grades. And statistically, they say that you can get an up to 30% improvement on your marks just by using this note-taking system. Okay, that's a pretty good deal. That's turning a C into an A just by taking some notes a little bit differently. Okay, so hopefully that's enough to encourage you to attempt this, to have a go at this note-taking system. So how does it work? Well, the first step is to set up your page. So set up an example here. You're going to, the blue outline is just your normal page. Now a lot of your notebook paper is already going to have this line there, and that's fine. You can just keep the line that's there. Also, you don't need to rule it up in red. I just did that so that you could see the difference between where the page was supposed to be and where you'd rule. So it's kind of an offset eye, if you can picture that. One down that way, two lines across that way. Okay? After you've set up your awkward eye, you've got information, so your topic. So our topic today is going to be Cornell note-taking, ironically. Your name, your class, so maths, what period it is, and then the date. So the date that you took the notes. Okay. Now, it may sound like something I'm asking you to do because I'm really keen on you ruling up or organizing your page. This information is actually for you. The idea is that when you go back and look at your information, or if something goes wrong, you can order your notes and get things organized, okay? So labeling and titling and setting up your page properly will help you to keep all your information organized appropriately, okay? So that's step one, setting it up, okay? Now, you're going to be taking notes in this section here, and there's two other sections which I will tell you about, but you don't have to do anything right now. What I'd really like you to do at this time is press pause on the video, press pause, and set up your note-taking paper, because what I'm going to be asking you to do is take notes on the remainder of this lecture video in this section. Okay, that's all you're going to have to do. You set up your notebook paper, and then you're going to take notes in this section. So press pause and set that up now. Okay, hopefully you've pressed pause and you've set up your Cornell note-taking paper. So the next step is I'm going to tell you a little bit about the Cornell notes themselves. Okay, so this system is numbered so that it can help you understand what order you're supposed to do everything in. So 1, you're going to set up your page. You're going to set the title, the name, the date, the class. Number 2, you're going to put the topic in. So hopefully you've done all that already. And number 3 is the section where you're going to be taking notes. Now with Cornell Notes in class, what you're going to be doing is recording notes in this section 3. It's a good idea to skip lines and leave a little bit of space between ideas. Okay, so if we're talking about fractions and then we move on to decimals, or if we're doing adding fractions and we go to subtracting fractions, leave some space in between, okay, because it makes it easier for you to read and understand when you go back and look at it later. Also, it will help you to keep things in order, makes it a little bit clearer, a little bit neater when you're looking at your notes, okay? Remember, these notes are for you. I'm going to be looking at them, I'm going to be marking them, but they're actually for you, and they will help you in the long run to be more successful. Okay? When you're writing down your notes, try and get the key ideas rather than the details and the facts. I mean, it's important to get some information, but it won't make any sense without the key ideas. Okay? And you can use abbreviations. Just be sure that you remember what you wrote your abbreviation to mean. So if you write some set of letters and you don't understand it later, then it's not really doing the job of an abbreviation, but you're trying to get things down rather quickly, so you can use shortcuts. Okay? All right. Just remember this picture because I'll refer to these other sections. Okay. Then the idea with Cornell Notes is after class, you're going to do a series of things. And the first thing you're going to do is you're going to write a couple of questions in section 4. That's the left-hand column. Okay, and these questions are really to serve a couple of purposes. The main one is you can fold over your note page and use those questions to kind of quiz yourself about your notes. Okay, they also they're supposed to be the kind of questions that you might actually find on the test. So they help you review. Okay, then you're going to go around and underline or highlight key words that you found in your notes. And if you find some really key words, you're going to use those as cues and write those into section 4 or your left-hand section as well. So if, as we say, adding and subtracting fractions, you might highlight that, and then you might put some cues on the left-hand side to help you find that as you go back through your notes. Okay? And on the bottom, you're going to write a summary of the day's set of notes. So just something quick, so as you're flicking through your notes and like, I can't remember how to divide fractions, you can flick through and you can have a look at the summary on the bottom, the main ideas that you took notes about, and locate that information quickly and easily. Okay? Now, one of the reasons that this note-taking system is so much more successful than the way that I described, that I took notes when I was in year 7, is because, as a minimum, after you've taken your notes, you're actually looking at your notes at least 2 more times. So we know that you're seeing something 3 times instead of just the once. Okay, but it's even better if you can then review and reflect on it. So as you're leading up to your maths quiz or your maths test, you come back to your Cornell notes. It's good to do, like I said, cover over and just review some of the main ideas. Get your mate to do it with you. Take turns and review and reflect on that information. Okay, they say that there's an increased amount of recall just by doing that. Just folding it over and having a quick review will make a huge difference on how much you retain and how easily you recall it. Okay, and that's what we want. We want it to stick in there. Okay, all right. So if you've gotten to this part of the video, you should be aware or have already begun. Your task for this session is just for you to watch this tutorial video, then to set up a paper with all the sections, sections 1 and 2, and then just to take notes in section 3 about Cornell notes themselves. Okay? That's all you need to do. Don't worry about writing the questions today. Don't worry about highlighting key facts, and don't worry about summarizing. So you're just doing 1, 2, and 3, taking notes on what I've said, and then you're going to bring it into class, and we're going to have a look at how you went. Okay? Don't hesitate to watch the video a couple of times if you just think you need to go over some information again. I hope this tutorial has really helped you to understand why we like to take Cornell notes, how it's going to help you with your learning and your studying, and giving you the confidence to be able to give it a good go. Okay, good luck.